It's noon on what's today, Thursday, March 10th, and this is news that you can use from YAA with your host Zach and Ray. And I believe the amount of money you see behind us is what it's going to take to buy a cup of coffee tomorrow morning.
We're closing in hot on 100 episodes of news you can use. We should do something special for the 100th episode. I'll think about that.
Just that cup of coffee might be nice.
Yeah, that might be special as well. Andrew's here with us. We got Daniel here with us. Yeah, buddy, we really appreciate that. Booge here too. Okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
We're talking inflation today because the latest data came out from our federal government, as well as over in the EU. We have data from there as well. I'm going to pull that up first and foremost. And I saw this tweet.
Yeah.
I think this tweet does a really good job of
I
putting
think
into
it does
perspective.
too. Yes.
So here it is.
Yes.
Inflation increased 7.9% year over year.
Yes. Can I say one thing before you do this? With my eyes and my bad cataract in my right eye, when I see white lettering on a black background, it really messes up my eyes.
Wait.
I don't know why it does, but it does.
How on Apple do you change that?
Well, I don't
Displays,
know. I don't know.
Color.
I don't know. It's
all right. I'll work
you're
on
a
that
night view or battery saving mode or something. Then I don't know why you plug the damn thing in all day long.
Inflation.
Yeah.
Up 7.9% year over year.
Yes.
Now here are where the biggest gains from the CPI index where they come from. Fuel oil up 44% February over February.
Well, I'm so thankful I don't use any of that.
Used car prices up 41%. I replied to this woman on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you're not following me on Twitter, it's at Shevska.
Yeah.
Posting more and more every single day. I have 4 notifications down. I replied and I said, and this is after used car prices have come down a little bit.
Yes.
Let that sink in.
Please.
Gas up 38%. That is the one that you use.
Yes.
Hotel prices.
Yeah.
Up 29%. Utility gas, 24%.
Guess I'm not going to any hotels.
I'm waiting for coffee on here. Furniture, 17%.
Coffee's down low, thank God.
Steak at 17%. Chicken, 13%. Fish, 12%. Flour, 12%. Suits, 12%. New cars.
Thank God I'm not buying any suits.
We're going to be talking a little bit about this, but new car prices up 12%. We got some news from Tesla just this morning about increasing their prices. And there's some interesting analysis out there about how much the nickel, the short squeeze on nickel prices is going to impact EV production. It's interesting. There's some data there as well.
Yes.
Eggs and milk contributing up 11%. Fruit up 11%.
You know what the good news is? Other than half and half, I don't use milk, and I've cut eggs out of my diet.
I love eggs. Fruit up 11%. Coffee, there you go, up 11%. Appliances up 11%. Restaurant prices up 7%. Rent up 4.3%. One number here doesn't fit in with everything else. Rent is up 4.3%.
Well, you know what else doesn't fit in? And my God, I'm going to take advantage of this. I see this huge savings here. I'm going to start going to steakhouses. Restaurants are only up 7%, and steak is up 17%.
So inflation is a major component of our current state, and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And the impact that that's going to have on car prices, as we've talked about, it's interesting. You'd think, or you'd imagine that, okay, inflation, the value of used vehicles are all going to go up uniformly. Like we talked about in some of our recent videos, and like we'll reiterate again today, gas prices still went up again. And so
another 7 or 8 cents yesterday.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on the screen.
Yeah.
So has your expectation changed, I guess is my question.
Well, I've seen a bunch of comments from people in regards to my expectations. 6 cents went up yesterday, and a lot of the comments are, well, it's different than it has been in the past because, well, there's no inventory for people to trade these gas guzzlers in on.
Mm-hmm.
That might be so, but it'll just make the limited inventory that these people are going to try and trade their gas guzzlers in on more valuable. I still believe that the value less fuel efficient vehicles is going to drop dramatically because there's any number of people that are going to want to get out of them because the cost of fuel keeps rising so much. And I've just seen it happen over my lifetime any number of times. People panic
Now let me pull up on the screen. So as everyone here knows by
Yes,
now, or hopefully you do know, we have a very strong working relationship with a company called Black Book.
I've heard of that.
So after, I guess it was Monday or Tuesday, I sent an email off to
Yes,
the team at Black Book and I asked them, hey, do you have any data on gas guzzlers or gas vehicles versus hybrid vehicles, how they're depreciating? Because weekly we
yeah,
reference the Black Book data. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Laura sent this over to me. Here is the month over month gas versus hybrid vehicles, not
yes,
gas guzzler, but just
yes.
gas vehicles versus hybrid vehicles.
Yes,
This is all vehicles,
yes,
wholesale prices.
yes,
So and again, this is why we say wholesale used car values have dropped
yes,
pretty significantly
yes,
so far this year. Which again, back in the face of the inflation data, they're the second fastest growing one, even though they've dropped. It's just a scary
yes.
thought. So you can see gas prices on a whole in the wholesale market for a used car,
Gas-powered automobiles.
$23,388 have dropped down to
So the
$21,214.
drop is over almost $2,200,
And the way to do this would
or a
really
little
to
more
look
than $2,200.
the way to do this would be to base it off of percentages, but you can
Yes,
actually just visually
yes,
see it here.
yeah,
The decline in gas vehicle wholesale used car prices
yes.
is more. It's a higher amount than hybrids. Hybrids have declined.
So gas-powered vehicles are depreciating at a slightly higher rate than hybrid vehicles, which was our suspicion as to what's going to happen. And this is before it became a real issue with gas prices, because gas went up like
This
60 cents in a week.
Here. I mean, this is my email.
Yeah.
Good morning, Zach. Attached is a quick data pull from our data science department on some volume models of that have both hybrid and gas trims. General trend is that gas vehicles are depreciating a little bit faster right now than hybrid. However, we really have not seen the market react yet to the high fuel prices as we typically expect. I will keep an eye on the data and alert you as we start to see auction behavior reflecting the sharp increase in fuel prices and get you something good for your viewers. I don't know how. I mean, this is my email inbox, gang. Like you can't get any more transparent than that. And even in before the gas price spike, we were seeing hybrid vehicles depreciate less quickly.
Yes.
Plus, that was before the war in Ukraine as well, which is putting an even bigger pause on new car production. We have
Yes.
new car inventory data that we can share on today's show as well. Like, my expectation is that used car prices in general are going to go back up.
Yes.
And some are going to go up more quickly than others. Hybrids and Black Book will supply us with the data. Hybrids are probably going to lead the charge there. Gas-powered vehicles won't. And Dad.
Yeah.
This is what I love about doing this.
Yeah.
You learn so much.
Yes.
Specialty market insights.
Yes.
Once a month, Black Book puts out specialty markets.
Oh, look at
February
that.
to March, average segment change in value. ATVs, cruiser, metric cruiser. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
But scooters.
Scooters.
What is spiking? Scooters.
Scooters.
And then that was before the impacts of the gas price. So scooter prices are about to surge. I know that's not what this channel's about, but e-bikes and scooters are about to be hot
maybe
commodities.
it's time to go back to Atlantic City and pick up your damn scooter that you left there.
Out on the show. Scooters and
Just
e-bikes,
thinking.
Dad, are
Yeah.
about to appreciate like none other.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Pretty interesting to see,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yeah. Brings back fond memories of mopeds. Mopeds mean mo fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the chat for a minute or two here, and then we'll hop on to our next story. How does that sound?
I'm just along for the ride, buddy. I'm just thinking tomorrow we're going to be Venezuela.
There is the potential for that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. It's gonna be, let's see. We've got from Bedford, I priced a 2020 used Ford Ranger XLT FX2, no four-wheel drive, 26,000 miles on its sticker when it was new. It was 33,000 MSRP. They're asking 36K for it. Now, the expectation would be that's going to go down over the coming weeks as it sits, correct?
It should. The Ranger is a little more fuel efficient than the F series trucks, but yeah, you would think the more fuel efficient a pickup truck is, and it's going to be the smaller ones, the slower the decline in those values. But that's crazy that it should be selling for $3,000 more than its original MSRP, especially considering nobody paid anywhere near MSRP for that vehicle.
Giovanni, cute avatar. Unfortunately, I'm in the market now. Say okay, because you can
Yeah.
still be,
Yeah.
you can still be knowledgeable and navigate this. I've been waiting for the Tundra TRD Pro or availability on the TRX, but have been considering a RAV4 Prime. Should I wait for the Tundra or try to order a RAV4 now? What would you do if you were in Giovanni's shoes?
Well, I think the RAV4 is going to be the more fuel efficient vehicle, and over the next short term period of time, and short term could be a year or so,
Yep.
with gas prices, that should retain its value probably better than the Tundra, I would think. Now, I'm not clairvoyant. I've been known to be wrong in the past, and I certainly could be wrong again. So if you buy the RAV4 and that son of a gun drops like a rock, don't come looking for me. Okay, this is just a guess,
Yeah.
an educated one, but a guess on my part.
Yep. Yep. All right. I'm pulling up one thing. All right. Let's change briefly here, Pops. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the other impact of inflation, which is right here with Tesla. Tesla hikes China, US prices on key models, the Model 3 and Model Y were affected.
Yes. So the Model 3,
It's the Model Y and the Model 3, the long range editions have been increased by $1,000
in the US
Yep.
and $1,582 in China. But here's the part, the real key. That's on top of the dozen increases last year.
Yeah, we have that actually.
Okay, and last year the Model Y long range car price jumped 20%.
Yeah, we have it right here on the Join YAA website. Tesla price increases 10,000 more today than last year, and that was from back in November
Yeah,
of last year. We actually plotted out for the Model 3 here. You can see all of the price changes, and we need to now include another one,
Yeah.
another $1,000 increase, and you can kind of see what that trajectory looks like. Same thing here with the Model Y. Got considerably more expensive. So two questions here.
Mm-hmm.
And this ties in with, and I just Google searched it to pull it up, nickel price impact on, nickel price impact on EV car prices. What I heard from Justin on our team, who's our in-house EV expert, is that it's expected to increase, what we've seen just right now will increase EV production costs by $1,000 is what he's heard and what he's read. And so it makes me wonder two things. Inflation,
Yeah.
supply shortages,
Yes.
people want EVs, so there's high demand. Prices are going to continue to go up. That's one thought. Another thought is Tesla has been the most cavalier
Yes.
about increasing the MSRP of their vehicles. You worked for manufacturers, you sold to consumers through the dealership
I never
model.
worked for a manufacturer. I represented.
You worked for the
their
dealers,
brands.
yep.
Yes.
And they would maybe increase the MSRP once a model year, if that.
Once or twice at the most.
We're moving in a new direction where, especially with like Ford Model E and other, they can just change the price
Whenever
day.
they want.
And look what happened to Rivian. They changed the price one day and then their customers hate them. So,
Yes.
it's not like,
And they don't have enough customers that they can afford to lose any of them.
So it's interesting, right? To think.
Yes.
It almost feels like, how when you get an Uber, like you can look at the price and then you look 5 minutes later and the price is different.
Yes.
It kind of sort of feels like it's like that with buying a car.
It could be.
That's kind of what it seems like.
Inflation went up 7.9%, which was the fastest rise in prices
Yep.
in 40 years.
Yep.
Okay. I'm soon to be 71. So it's been a long time since I've experienced price increases like this, and there's nothing that would indicate at the moment that those things that are causing it are going to cause inflation to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a difficult time. I would, if I may,
Please.
We received an email from a member of your team, Warren, today that he received from
A viewer, yeah.
a viewer, and I agree with what the viewer sent to us about governments, whether they be state or federal, calling a gas tax holiday for, I would suggest, for the summer, so that the American people can still afford to travel and do their vacations, and suspend the collection of gas taxes for the summer months from, say, June, July, and August. I mean, if you consider that we need to be champions of this, you don't seem to be thrilled by it, but we need to be champions.
I
We
don't.
need to help people be able to afford things.
I don't think either of us fully comprehend. So, like, we have this platform and we're subject matter experts on a few things. And this
Yeah.
is not something that I feel like I would be a subject matter expert on. So I don't feel like championing something that I don't
Yeah.
fully understand. Like, I don't know the implications of doing a gas tax holiday. Sure, it sounds good, but like, I'm not sure if that's. I appreciate where you're coming from. I don't think that's the appropriate use of our platform.
Well, but consider this for a moment.
Huh.
Federal gas tax on average is 18.4 cents a gallon.
Okay.
Okay, so if the federal government suspended collecting gas taxes, that would instantly
I
reduce
really
the
don't
cost.
want to turn this channel into
Okay, I'm
like
sorry.
there's a lot of political talk that happens in the chat. And just to be very clear, like no aspect of what we do at YAA is meant to be political. We are here to inform people. And so I feel like when we go down the path of proposing like legislation, which is what you just did, like that just fosters like even more of the political talk. So I don't know. I saw that email too, and I thought to myself, like, do we really talk about it on the show? And I said no. And you said yes.
I'm just looking for ways to help customers out there, to help the consumer out there.
I know, but it's overtly political.
I don't know. Is figuring out ways to lower the cost of goods for people political?
We can talk after this show. All right.
Okay. Apparently it is. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I
No,
shall never bring it up again.
You're entitled to. All right, we're talking about it on the show. You're entitled to your approach and your thoughts. I just think being thoughtful about what type of like comments it will elicit, and then where does it fit into like the value that we actually provide, which is like arming people with the information that they can use to make informed decisions. Like what you just proposed, like you carry no weight in that actually happening or not.
Yeah, but here's how it could. If you publish the link to the website that shows what the breakdown is for
Zach just put Ray YouTube channel.
That's not the first time.
You're both correct.
It probably won't be the last.
Gas taxes bipartisan. Okay, all right, fair.
My point is that if people could see the disparity in what states collect in gas taxes,
yeah.
And I believe like California was number one at 58 or 59 cents
sure
a gallon. A gallon. Now, think about that on a 20-gallon purchase.
No, I hear you, Dad.
That's a $10 savings right there.
I hear
More
you.
than $10 savings. So are we subject matter experts? No, but could we encourage people to look at the numbers for their particular states and then decide if they might want to petition their governors or their
that's not why we created YAA.
Well, I thought we were advocates.
We are, but like,
okay,
you take money away from one thing, you're like, all right.
Well,
Let's talk about it after the show. Let's talk about it after the show. I fundamentally disagree with you.
This is not new. These things happen. Governments do this, and it's been done in the past. Maybe not for the collection of gas taxes.
You've got Phil saying here, Michigan was going to institute a 27-cent gas tax this year, and they decided to suspend it now. So there you go.
See, yeah. I'm just, as consumers, we don't have much power.
Yep.
But as a group of consumers, we can have some power.
Jose in the chat, should I keep my O2 gas guzzler Silverado and just wait out the car market to go down, or should I eat the inflation costs and get a much, much better fuel efficient car? It's a really interesting question to ask.
You have to do the math. How much do you drive? How much would the savings be? The generation.
No, keep answering Jose's question.
It's not tense. There's no tension.
There's a lot of tension.
I love him. He's just young. And I'm just old. And, I'm set in my ways. He's set in his ways.
Justin asked the right question here. Yeah. How much do you drive, Jose? If you're not driving a lot, just wait it out.
Yeah, you have to do the math.
All right, here we go. Mr. Brightstar, been thinking about buying an Expedition in light of the gas price surge. Do you think they will come down in price significantly soon?
I believe they will, but as
That's fine. You can just say, yeah.
I believe they will, and I've been known to be wrong, like I was 38 seconds ago.
Neil says our prices for used Teslas going up. I've got to imagine they are. I don't have a great data source on that, though. Maybe that's a question I can ask the Black Book team as well, if they can segment
Yeah,
out
I would think they
EVs and
would be.
Teslas.
I don't know why they would be going down.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely
Yeah.
agree. We've got here, strange that Teslas don't qualify for tax credits. Yes, correct, but they've sold more than the 200,000 or
250,000.
250,000.
Yeah.
There will likely be new EV tax credits later this year. We've got Drew.
Yeah.
Thank you, YAA. After watching your live shows for months and being part of the YAA community, I bought my 2022 Mazda CX-5 at $350 under MSRP. Small win, but a win.
Yes.
Shout out to Space, aka Mario, for all the help. That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Is that worthy, Dad?
It's worthy of the Ray Shefska stamp of approval.
To Mario and to Drew. Thank you guys both.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And we've got Daniel saying, not the generational tension, but saying, should I sell my upside down Audi to the dealer now since it's close to the payoff and wait for prices to drop, or should I wait and trade since I can get a bit more for it?
I mean,
How can
how
it
much
be upside down in Audi right now? I feel like this is like your only chance to be.
Yeah, it depends how much underwater you are.
Yeah, Daniel, post on the community forum. We'll see if we can help. And we've got used Teslas are up a lot. Yeah, Justice, if we have any data on that, I would love to get my hands on it. I guess one place that we could check, and I'll check this briefly, and then I want to turn our attention to really, you've got to be kidding me, because we've got some good stuff there. Mr. Brightstar saying we actually help people. See, that's the platform, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, Space has probably rolled in some negative equity. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm going to see if we have any data on Teslas. Let's share my screen really quick. I'm going to go to the vehicle search and let's actually just look at like the price history on a Tesla.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Tesla, they're obviously all going to be used.
There's one.
72 days on market. Let's see. I'm curious what the price history is. No, that price has been going down.
Oh, maybe they've been asking way too much.
Yeah, 8,500. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one gone down. Let's check one more. 22 days. Let's do one that's been sitting a little. Yeah, 75 days.
There's another one that's going down. Do you know why it's going down?
Huh.
Well, if it's 75 days old.
Yeah.
Well, they bought it at
oh my God, yeah,
the height of used car values.
Yeah.
So yes, they bought it for way too much. And so smart dealers going, okay, 75 days, this thing ain't going up. Well, it might if they wait another 75 days. It very well might.
Look at all these price changes. So this is on a 2021 Model Y here at Audi Bethesda.
Yes.
This is what I love about what we've done here. You get the out the door price. Obviously, we can't write an extended warranty on Tesla.
Yeah.
22 days on the market at this dealer. Look at the price history.
Wow.
It's like every day
they're very aggressive in how they address the pricing of their vehicles.
So that was when it sold before. It was listed for used before. This is when they got it 65,900, and now it's listed for sale at 62.2.
Yeah.
So yeah, good point though. If you bought it, it's like what you said in the past. You make your profit on a used car when you buy it. Yeah.
And oftentimes you garner your loss on a used car when you bought it.
Yeah. You're 100% right.
Yeah. I mean, speaking to Chip the other day, I mean, he mentioned to me that they had bought a bunch of like RX 350s and they made a ton on the vast majority of them. And they still have 6 or 7 that are sitting around, and they anticipate losing $3,000 to $4,000 on each one of them
on the front end.
On the front end when they sell them, because they bought them at the height of the craziness.
Yeah.
But they made enough on the vast majority of them that they can absorb the loss on the last 6 or 7.
All right, Pops. Let's toss on the headphones real quick.
Record time for me, buddy.
That was too quick. Honestly, I can't even find the.
Really? You gotta be kidding me.
I like how we have ad libs.
Okay.
All right. Here's really you gotta be kidding me for today. EV maker Rivian faces output cost crunch and earnings report. The scarcity of Rivian vehicles nearly 6 months after launch is one of several issues the automaker is likely to address in its earnings report. And also the fact that they now have most of their customers up in arms, canceling orders, saying
Yeah, but
disparaging things.
but they did say if you decide you want to reinstitute or reinstate that order, we will allow you to do so at the old price.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
They delivered 20 vehicles last year. And one
Strong.
second.
Yeah.
We'll come over here. Rivian.
Yeah. How many of those were to their own employees? Because wasn't that part of the deal? If you were an employee,
$36 billion company.
how much?
36 with a B billion.
Yeah. What was it before it kind of crashed?
It's down 68%.
Okay.
So they'd been a $120 billion company, right? And they've delivered 960 vehicles. And now
Yeah.
we're getting headlines like this: cost crunch,
Yeah.
output issues.
Yeah.
It's like who needs to read the tea leaves? Like, obviously they're going to struggle. I still can't get over the move that they did with the orders. That's ridiculous.
Well, I said it then and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Nobody at this point expects them to be profitable.
No, that's
okay. They are the Amazon of electric trucks, in the sense that Amazon didn't become profitable for probably like a decade.
Yeah.
Okay. They just lost money and lost money and lost money. And then eventually it caught on and they've made billions.
There were a lot of things that went into it. Yeah.
Yeah. But so one of the things you do as a young company like Rivian, where you have investors that are probably saying to you, we don't really expect you to be making any money right now, is you don't piss off the customers that want to buy cars from you.
Yep.
You just bite the bullet. So you don't say to these customers, hey, we know you gave us a reservation.
Yep.
But that reservation, that didn't guarantee the price that we quoted you at the time. That's subject to change. Well, the people have been waiting 2 years. They don't want to hear that.
No, trust me. I feel so fortunate that we've been able to build legitimate with people, and Rivian had to do the same thing, or has to do the same thing. And they've totally dropped the ball there.
Well, you can't put a price on goodwill, or in this case, apparently you can.
Actually, you can put that on your balance sheet.
Of course you can.
So you can't put a price on it.
When dealerships get sold,
yeah, blue sky.
It's called blue sky. It's the goodwill. It's their reputation in the market. That's what you're paying for. And so if you're a young company or a young business, you don't destroy whatever goodwill you've developed.
Now let's switch gears here. We've got the headline. This comes by way of The Drive. BMW recalls almost 1 million cars over fire risk. This is disappointing to read. And this, to be clear, the reason I'm putting this in really, you got to be kidding me, is because 1 million cars, fire risk, and it's not an over-the-air update. This is a perfect example of the pros and cons of moving towards more software-driven vehicles versus mechanical vehicles, for lack of a better term. Affected vehicles include the 128i models, 3 Series, 5 Series, as well as the X3 and X5, and even Z4s from 2006 to 2013, as well as another issue in 2017 and 2019.
But do you know what the really, you got to be kidding me, part of this is?
What's that?
Is that a large number of the vehicles in that 917,000, they've been recalled already for this.
Yeah, there was a prior recall.
This is a recall for a lot of people, because apparently the first fix wasn't the fix. That's your really, you got to be kidding me.
We've got David saying, so gas-powered cars catch on fire too. David, you just teed me up perfectly.
Oh my God.
Perfectly, because we did some research on this. I'm going to Google search it real quick. Car fires, YAA. Did some research on this. Yeah. It's actually hybrid vehicles that are most likely to catch on fire. You can see it right here. Hybrid far surpasses gas and electric vehicles in terms of number of fires per vehicle sold. And Justin in the article, thank you for this, Justin, gets into why hybrid vehicles are more likely to catch on fire. I actually just got I woke up to some text messages from a friend of mine, Martin. Martin sent me photos from his house 3 doors down.
Yeah.
The fire department showed up last night. A car caught fire in the in the driveway, fortunately. Oh. And he sent it to me. He's like, is this an EV? Is this a hybrid? Like, what's the car? It's it's actually here.
So hybrids, we believe are going to be hot for a couple of reasons.
Well, hybrid prices are going to go up, and then hybrids might
Yes,
catch on fire.
Yes.
All right, so a couple things to make everyone aware of. One of the things that we're working on, I was just working on it this morning before we did the show. We're working on a YAA price prediction, so kind of like a vehicle valuation, takes into consideration what like the Black Book data, the Carvana data. We're working on our own like YAA value that updates
Yes.
every single day, so hopefully a little more accurate than what you're getting with KBB and whatnot. Pair that with the Black Book number, the Carvana number. Working on it. It's gonna be totally free, so just kind of like pre-selling that a little bit. And what I want to do, what I'm looking for some feedback for in the chat here is, I want to create like a Zillow page for your VIN. Like if you plugged your Mini in, I would want you to be able to see.
Well, my Mini runs on gas. I don't need to plug it in.
I would want to see like a chart or a table or both.
Yes.
Every day or every week, what the value of your Mini was. I want to be able to see that.
So you want to create like a the stock line.
Yes.
The market volatility.
Yes, for every VIN. And I think it's very doable. I want some feedback in the chat. Is that actually something anyone would be interested in?
How does your team feel about that when you go, oh, I think that's very doable? There's billions, and I don't want to sound like Carl Sagan, but there's billions and billions of VINs out there.
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. There's an app for that. It's called VinWiki. Okay, cool. I'll go check that out.
Yeah.
Really cool. I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be super cool.
Maybe we could buy VinWiki with the money we don't have.
We're coming for you, VinWiki. All right, Bubs. Thank you for today's show. Thank you for doing this. Good luck, everyone out there buying your cup of coffee. We'll be back tomorrow with Miss Kimberly
You'll need a
Klein.
briefcase of $200,000 tomorrow when you stop in at your Starbucks. Now you only need a briefcase with about $100,000 if you go to Dunkin'.
Thanks, Pops.
Hey, anytime. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We'll see you again tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, for more news that you can use from YAA.
Thanks, Pops.
You're welcome.